Come on, Fitzy.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Crypto Warehouse. My name is Mike, and today we are going to take a look at EigenPie. This is a review stream that we are carrying out on YouTube and also on GateIO. We're going to go over the project and we're going to go through everything we can find that we think is of use to you. First of all, we're going to go through the startup page on GateIO. We're going to take you through the token, EigenPie. We're going to tell you obviously about the risks, the claiming, the go live, all of that kind of stuff. Then we're going to go over to look at the EigenPie website. We are going to take you through what EigenPie is. We're going to go through the website, the tokenomics, Then we're going to look at the two different options that you have available to you on EigenPie. We are going to look at isolated staking and native staking. After that, we're going to go and have a look at their socials, see what's being talked about over on X, and then at the end, we are going to give you our conclusion on whether you should buy, sell, or hold the EigenPie token, EGP, I believe it is called. So all of that, and we're going to try and do it within 1 hour. So by 3 o'clock on the clock on your screen, we should have finished. Remember, if you are new here, if you are new to GateIO, make sure to give us a follow. We always stream Monday through to Friday. We sometimes do a Saturday stream, although we haven't done that over the summer, but we will be doing that over the summer, and we'd love you to come and join us. So let's get into it, and let's not beat around the bush, because believe it or not, 1 hour is not a lot of time. It sounds a lot, it really isn't. So first of all, if you are new to GateIO, one of the sections on GateIO is really something that you need to go and familiarize yourself with. And that is the token launch and airdrop section on GateIO, and it is called Startup. On here, you are going to see all of the different tokens which will be airdropping or IDOing, whatever you want to call it, TGEing on GateIO in the coming weeks. Now, obviously, we're not going to go through any of these because these are not the ones we're interested in. The one we're interested in is EigenPie, which is this one here. But I'm showing you this because every week there are 5 or 10 different airdrops available to you. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about the VIP status in a second when we go and have a look at EigenPie. But even if you've only got $10 or $15 on GateIO, you can take part in these, and you, rather than being guaranteed an airdrop, you can go into a lucky draw. So even if you've only got a few dollars on here, you really need to go and check that out. So the one we're interested in today is called EigenPie. EigenPie, EigenPie. I don't know. I'm going to stick with one of the two, whichever one I keep saying over time. So this will begin in just under 3 days. So what day are we today? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So probably on Monday sometime, this will start the preheat. That's where you'll be able to press this button and claim your free airdrop of EigenPie. That's all you've got to do. It's as simple as that. Now, coming down here, we have the project description. We have some information about the founder. We're going to look at that in a minute. And then we've got some highlights, some tokenomics, and then we've got the token allocation. We're going to look at all that in the stream anyway. We're going to go through the tokenomics specifically because tokenomics are what is important to understand about a project. It is all well and good thinking that you are going to become rich beyond your wildest dreams. But if the emissions of that token are 20% a year, over time, the value of your tokens is likely to drop. So it's important to understand the fundamental business process that EigenPie is undertaking, and secondly, the tokenomics. We'll have a look at that. But first of all, I need to make you aware of the risks, because not everything in life goes up in a straight line. The startup project is still in its initial stage. Factors including the operation and underlying technology of the project and other related regulatory activities might contribute to significant risks. Advanced technical and financial knowledge is required to understand and evaluate the inherent risks of crypto asset investment. The volatility of the market is high, and as we can see over the last few days, the markets are indeed pumping. The price of the token might fluctuate drastically due to the technical, regulatory, and marketing factors. And finally, users may not be able to withdraw all the purchased tokens due to technical issues of the project or GateIO. Every token, even Bitcoin, has inherent risk, especially new tokens that haven't launched yet or are about to launch. The volatility of a project on day one is massive. It can spike 300%. It can drop 60%. All of those things can happen on day one. You just need to be aware that if you do go and buy EigenPie tokens, They may fall in value or pump in value on day one. Nobody really knows. If it's an anticipated airdrop or an anticipated IDO, then of course it's likely to go higher. But there is always a risk with that. If you put $100 into this project, it may fall in value on day one, but then accumulate value over the next 6 months. You simply don't know, and it's important to understand the risks. Now, depending on your VIP level, you will be able to claim a certain number of shares. At the minute, I am VIP 1, but I am in the process of upgrading to VIP 2, which I'm moving my Ethereum across. So at VIP 2, I believe I get 40 shares in each airdrop. If you don't have a VIP 1 and you are VIP 0, I believe you can enter the lucky draw. Is this going to show you the VIPs? Here we go. So you can if you've got, I think it's above so many dollars, you get VIP 1, $2,500 maybe. As you can see, I've actually got 3,700 on here, but it's not updated. So I'm going to get mine to $4,000 and become a VIP of 2. But if you are a VIP of 0, you will still be able to participate, but it will be a lucky draw. Sometimes you will win, sometimes you will lose. So that's pretty much how it works on GateIO. You go over to Startup, you see all of the different tokens available to you. The one that we are talking about today is EigenPie, and through there you will be able to press this button. If you've got the app, it will automatically tell you. If you've got a PC like this, it will send you an email. But either way, that's all you have to do. And like I said, it will probably go live on Monday. So very quickly then, before we head over to have a look at the EigenPie, let's go through some of the information on here. EigenPie aims to deliver liquid restaking services by leveraging the technology of EigenLayer. That's why I keep calling it EigenLayer, by the way. The main focus of EigenPie is to maximize passive income opportunities while contributing to the long-term development of the Ethereum ecosystem. On EigenPie, participants are provided with the chance to deposit the ETH and LSTs. LST stands for Liquid Staking Token. So what do I mean by that? I mean you could have a WETH or a wrapped ETH. You could have an ST ETH. There are lots of different SETH, I believe, is the one that's on Solana. So there's lots of different liquid tokens. You stake them, and the restaked version of their assets, you can effectively add another layer of yield to your ETH positions. Now, I am a massive fan of this, okay? If you watch a lot of crypto warehouse streams, you will know I talk about staking and liquid restaking, not quite on a weekly basis, but a couple of times a month. You can double dip in the market. And what I mean by that is, if you take your Ethereum and you stake it with one of these platforms, so let's say you restake it with EigenPie, they may give you a liquid staking token in return. That token accumulates in value at approximately the same rate that your ETH would. So if it's 3% interest a year on ETH, you would get your token over the course of maybe, I don't know, a year. Your $100 would become $103 worth of EigenPie ETH. That's how it works. So over time, $100 in Ethereum, $100 in a liquid staking version. The following year, that $100 in Ethereum will be worth $103 in liquid staking. That's how it works. On top of that, you are able to go and double dip. And that means you're able to go and earn a second yield on your liquid staking token. So that's what the benefit can be. Of course, there's risk involved, but that's what the benefit can be. Now then, the founders, the core team, should I say, are Grimace and Alan, who serve as the co-founders. Both come from strong engineering backgrounds, bringing extensive experience from top tech companies. Leveraging their technical expertise, they launched the Magpie Eco approximately a year and a half ago, achieving an impressive TVL of $2 billion across chains. This is not a small project. So, startup price of 0, 5,000 EGP is the supply, and here is the vision. Let's have a quick go through this vision, and then let's start to think about heading over and going and have a look at their website. Remember, if you are watching on YouTube, down below is a link to GateIO. So if you're watching this on catch up, or you're watching this after the live has finished, down below the YouTube stream is the link to GateIO. If you click that, go through the KYC, you will be able to take part in this GateIO startup. It's still got 3 days before the startup begins, so you've likely got 5 or 6 days before this goes live and trading, so you've still got time to sign up to GateIO. Don't miss out on it. It's a great platform. I've got my funds here. We stream on GateIO all the time. Make sure to go and check it out. So the highlights and vision: it's grown its TVL to 1 billion. The ecosystem has achieved victory in several DeFi wars, such as the Pendle War, the Pancake Swap War, Radiant War, and Camelot War. This series of wins grants Magpie control over the emissions from these key DeFi protocols. As a result, EigenPie, LRTs, liquid restaking tokens, stand to gain liquidity and utility with backing from the Magpie ecosystem. It's introduced its first SSV-enabled native ETH restaking initiative. This advancement is expected to boost the native restaking yield of ETH as much as 50%, while also contributing to the decentralization of ETH staking. EigenPie created a specialized version of liquid restaking tailored for institutions. This iteration will feature a unique EigenPod for each institution, enabling them to maintain non-custodial control over their restaked ETH. Absolutely brilliant. That is exactly what you want to see. The EGP holders can earn a share of restaking rewards from EigenPie stakers and participate in governance decisions. So again, I'm not going to call any of the other projects that I've looked at so far, but this is one of the best. This is up there, easily probably in the top 3 that I have looked at on GateIO in the last 6 months. Very easily one of the top 3. And again, I know we haven't gone through it yet, but take my word for it. I've done the research on this project before. It was even an idea of going on GateIO. We have the support of top foundations, VCs, project teams, and industry-leading builders. So EigenPie is a liquid restaking platform built on the Eigen layer, offering a unique approach by isolating risks associated with specific LST assets. Users can deposit ETH or LSTs and receive a liquid restaked version of their assets, enhancing yield, liquidity, and capital efficiency, while minimizing asset-specific risks. And again, now the allocation is down here, but if you look on the menu on the right, you'll see that after we look at the website in a minute, we're going to look at their tokenomics. We don't need to look at this right now. We'll probably have a look at it again at the end when I give you my conclusion. So we've spent about 15 minutes going through GateIO, the startup, everything else like that. We probably don't need to spend too long on it. So we're going to go and have a look at the website, which there isn't really a lot on there, but again, we can talk through what it is that they are offering and hopefully explain it to you in very simple terms. Yes, we are aware. Now, as you can see, they've got the IFO on PancakeSwap and the IDO on the Launchpad, 20th to the 24th of September, and the 24th to the 25th of September. That starts today and runs for the next 5 days on the Launchpad, and then after that, in 4 days' time, the PancakeSwap IFO starts. So status, there's 1.13 billion. As we were saying a minute ago, it was over 1 billion. I haven't put anything in here, by the way. Nothing has gone in. But that doesn't mean I don't like the platform. I'm currently in the process of unstaking my Ethereum, and that, for those of you that have tried to unstake their Ethereum, that can take some time. and I'm in the process of moving those funds to GateIO. I started last night with a very small amount, and I'm going to keep moving it across over the coming weeks. So these are the different pools which are available on EigenLayer and therefore available to be staked through EigenPie. You've got the usual ones here, but look at the APR of ETH 1.74. If, however, you staked Lido staked Ethereum on here, you'd get 4.28%. Mantle 3.2%, Stader just under 3%. Rocket, Anchor is down there, and Stakewise. Now these are obviously ordered by TVL, but the Eigen delegation on the EigenLayer, that is the one that I think everybody's waiting for. That's the one that's going to be the big one. But however, what all this is showing you is there are multiple different types of liquid staking that you can have on this platform. I'm going to leave this on the screen for a minute. I just want to explain something to you. Okay. Now, I spend a lot of time on the Solana blockchain. The reason I do that is very simply, when I first started out, Ethereum was too expensive to trade on. I mean, back in the day, it was $50, $60 per transaction, and I didn't have the volume of Ethereum that I do now. So I was never going to go and use Ethereum. Solana was a cheaper alternative to Ethereum. Now, what Solana has built over the last 2 years is a massive liquid staking and liquid restaking token ecosystem. Okay, we've covered projects on this very channel talking about, I believe it's called Cloud. They provide LSTs, liquid staking tokens, and I'm not saying everybody can have a liquid staking token, but you have big ones over there. Marinade Finance, for example. Meteora, I think, has one. Blaze has another one. Even there's a very large exchange that's got its own Solana liquid staking token. Now, the reason it works so well on Solana, and that's why I'm explaining Solana to show you why this is going to work, is there's multiple iterations of you being able to earn additional yield. Marinade Finance, for example, simply by having MSOL, you earn Marinade, MNDE mined tokens. Now, that's passive income on top of the income that you're getting from holding MSOL, because again, that's a liquid staking token. The value of the Solana staking goes into MSOL and it goes up in value over time. This is one of the best Ethereum versions I have seen. Now, Solana took a march on nearly every other chain because it got liquidity, it got users, and you've got the likes of Camino Finance that bring them all together. It's like an aggregator of these different types of pools. And as you can see here, you've got every base covered. You can stake your Lido Ethereum. You can stake your Ethereum directly. Eventually, you're going to have your own token associated with it. When you build an ecosystem like this, and you've got this own token, you've got the is it called EPG token? When you've got that kind of token, it's not a race to zero, because the more of those tokens you hold, the larger the percentage of the fees that you're going to get. So it's not in your best interest to sell the token. And this is why it's worked so well on Solana. If you've got 10 Ethereum and you stake them natively, you get 2%. If you take them and stake them on the EigenLayer and you get EigenLayer points, you get 2% plus the EigenLayer points, which will hold value because you're deriving the value from holding the token that's associated with a profitable service, which is the EigenLayer, which we've covered before on GateIO. So the reason that you're going to use this is these additional points and tokens that you're getting give it a competitive edge. Now, I've said about Blaze, I've said about Marinade over on Solana. They're giving you Blaze tokens. they're giving you mint tokens, because that's like a bribe. They call it bribery in crypto. It doesn't mean anything illegal, but they call it bribing you. Now, if you've got the choice on Ethereum then of staking natively for 2%, or coming to somewhere like EigenPie and staking here and earning your 2%, say 1.99%, but then earning the points, what are you going to do? You're going to stake it here, because those additional points, if you don't spend them and you save them, they are then also going to generate you a yield when that token starts to be paid in the fees from its staking pool. So it's a lovely flywheel. Stake your Ethereum, get your Ethereum yield, get your Eigen points, use those Eigen points to stake on here, take part in the DAO, and earn additional yield from the staking pools. Now, even if it's only an additional 1% per annum, 2% per annum, whatever it might be, you're going from 2% to maybe 2.1, 2.2%. Why is that not a good thing? And again, it's liquid. So you can stake your tokens, you can unlock them. Whereas if you go natively, as I was just saying before about me trying to unstake my Ethereum, it takes a while to unstake all those tokens. It takes a long time to do that. So when I'm telling you that I'm bullish on these kind of solutions, this is why, because it's additional yield from having your Ethereum, or Solana, or Cardano has it as well. All the different blockchains have got it, but this is to incentivize you to stake here. Now, if it takes me 3 weeks to unstake my Ethereum, it's locked, it's illiquid. But if I go and use Lido's version of Ethereum, I can sell it straight away and I can unlock my money. And that's one of the reasons I'm unstaking it, because I'm going to start putting it into some of these liquid staking tokens, because that's how I see an additional yield coming in from Ethereum. And also in the bull run, let's say Ethereum runs up to $8, $10, $12,000. Do you really want your Ethereum locked away for 3 weeks while everybody is selling their Ethereum in the bull run? I don't think you are. I think what you're going to want to do is have liquid Ethereum so you can sell it at the drop of the hat. That's what I think you're going to want to do. And again, you're going to be able to do that through GateIO. You don't have to do that through a DeFi platform. So there are, at this stage of the market, maybe I would say within 12 months, you need to be thinking about having your Ethereum unlocked and in liquid tokens. Like I say, maybe have them on GateIO, for example, have a really good Ethereum staking solution going on over there. I think it pays about 7%. I think it's 1.9% in Ethereum. And then I think they pay you about 6% in GT tokens. I mean, why don't you want that? I mean, GT tokens of a top 10 crypto exchange. I mean, you take them and then you go and stake the GT token, and then you earn 12% on the GT token. So there's lots and lots of ways to compound your yield. And that's why I'm so bullish on services like this, because they really do benefit you. And I don't mean there's no, this isn't one of these catches where they're going to try and suck you in and steal your Ethereum. These are legitimate projects. Don't forget what I said a minute ago. There's 1.13 billion on this platform, 1.13 billion on EigenPie. That's a huge amount of money. If you go over to look at, say, Camino Finance, I don't think they're I don't actually think they're near 1.13 billion. They might be a little bit more, they might be a little bit less, but I think they're a little bit less. So again, this is why, look at this list, this is why it's so bullish to see a platform have everything in one place. And look down the right hand side. These are the Eigen points that you can gain. So if you stake your native Ethereum you get 2 points. If you stake your Lido, you get 1. So they are incentivizing the native staking rather than liquid staking. Hello, Peter. Welcome to the stream. We're going over EigenPie, and I was comparing it to Camino Finance, which is the closest thing on Solana. What I'm saying is that these projects on here, if you've got Ethereum and you're earning your 2%, then great. But you can go here and stake your liquid staking, Lido staking, sorry, and get 4.2%. So you get double the money. Lido isn't going to go anywhere. You hold Lido, you know what it's going to do in this bull run. So Lido staked ETH is paying you twice as much as Ethereum. So why don't you swap your Ethereum to Lido ETH? That makes no sense to not do that. It's a huge protocol. They've got 20 or 30% of all Ethereum in the world uses Lido. So get your Lido, earn your 4%, and also earn your Eigen layer points as well. For me, it's an absolute no-brainer of a platform. Now, this is again something which you see a lot of on Solana that you don't really see that much of on Ethereum. You do. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but there aren't enough people doing it. I can name 3 or 4 different protocols on Ethereum that do this. Sorry, on Solana that do this, but I don't see enough on Ethereum. And that's where I think Ethereum lagged behind Solana. I think Solana just flew off into the distance. That's these staking pools. Now, if you have the different versions of ETH, you can stake them here and earn 4 times your reward. You've got leverage farming. So if we break this down a little bit, make it a bit easier to see. These are the dexes. So you've got Curve on here, Pancake Swap, Range. They're the different ones. They've been degraded. You've then got your layer 2s. So you've got your Swell, Zercut, which we talk about sometimes on the channel. I think that's pretty much Karak is down there. So I mean, it's not Camino Finance UI beautiful, but I mean, compared to a lot of things like Curve, for example, and MakerDAO on Ethereum, it's not that uneasy on the eye. Again, you've got your layer 3s on here. You've also then got leverage farming. Now, again, I'd stay away from stuff like this. You want to earn a decent, safe yield on your Ethereum. You don't want to go off, start 10xing your Ethereum and then watch the price come crashing down and you lose everything. So for me, I would stick primarily to the restaking options on here. And I would, of all of them, I would be looking at Lido. Although Swell has got a good reputation, but I would stick with Lido. It's the biggest, it's the safest. In my opinion, it's the safest. I'm not saying that it is. But again, if you can get liquid staking through GateIO, that's also an incredibly simple option. So you've got the DeFi, then you've got the IDO, which we know about. We can't be in any of those countries. We're excited to announce the EigenPie IDO. There will be a private round and public round for EigenPie IDO. Private round comes with a fully diluted valuation of $3 million. The public comes after with price discovery. Now again, do I think $3 million is a solid price for EigenPie? I think it's an absolute steal. Okay? And the reason is, if you went to look at let's say Camino Finance, for example. I think Camino Finance has only got a value of about 30 million, I think. And I think that's undervalued. So if I think Camino Finance on Solana is undervalued at 30 million, what do I think it should be? Probably about 300 million. So if I think a 30 million project on Solana that's doing the same thing as this is undervalued at 30 million, then I certainly don't think this project is worth 3 million. I'm not going to say it's worth 300 million because, again, I use Camino Finance on a weekly basis. I've looked at EigenPie 4 or 5 times over the last month. There's a bit of a difference. It will go to price discovery. It will be worth a lot more than 3 million. If I was a betting man, which I'm not, I would argue this is a solid $50 to $100 million project without even looking at the tokenomics that we're going to go and do in a minute. Now, this always happens when I review a project that I like, and that is I run out of bloody time. We've got 29 minutes left and I haven't gotten past the website. So we're going to look at the tokenomics. And we don't want to spend too much on the website. Again, I could spend another hour telling you about the benefits of liquid staking. The downside, because everybody wants to know the downsides of liquid staking, so I'm going to tell you before we talk about the tokenomics. There are inherent risks with liquid staking, and that risk comes from depegging. And depegging is where the value of your liquid staking token changes and loses its peg against the native token. What do I mean by that? If Ethereum is $2,000 and liquid Lido ETH is $2,000, let's say they're both the same amount of money, and somebody withdraws $100 million worth of value out of Lido ETH, it will cause it to depeg. Now, this has happened in the past, and the people that bought the tokens at the time made about 15% profit in a few hours. Because when it depegs, it will repeg again within a few hours, and that's exactly what happened. So the only risk is a depeg. If you're using Lido, they have, for every Ethereum that you have Lido ETH, they have 1 ETH, if not more. So they have proof of reserves. It's never going to crash in the next cycle anyway. Maybe 6 years' time, if something changes, it will. But at the minute, you're safe, as you can be. But there is always that risk that it depegs, and it will always be the risk. But I would say the risk of Lido depegging against ETH is the same risk as Circle or Tether's dollar depegging against the actual dollar. It can happen, of course. It could go to 95 or 90 cents against the dollar, but it will come back, because for every dollar in Circle, every dollar in Tether, there is one physical dollar in their company. In fact, there's more. So they have an excess of dollars. For every $100 in crypto, they probably have about $105 to $110 on their reserves. And Lido probably have more Ethereum in reserves than they pay you out. But like Peter says there is always risk. There is always risk. And minimizing the risk and maximizing the return is the hard part. And that's what you need to be looking at doing. And for me, when I looked at that list then, there were several on there that were fine. But which one would I pick? It would be Lido. And when I was using Beefy Finance many moons ago, I was earning LDO token, which was the Lido token, because of all of them, it's the biggest. It's getting to the point now where if Lido fails, Ethereum fails. And what do you think the chances are of Ethereum failing? I'd say pretty slim. It hasn't failed in 6 years or 5 years. It's not going to fail now. And I think Lido is too big to fail. Tokenomics then. So we know how it makes money. It makes money by shaving some of the rewards off you staking tokens with them. Lido makes an absolute fortune out of it. We can go and look at it, but I don't know if we're going to have enough time to do that. Lido makes a lot of money. EigenPie is likely to make a lot of money. That's why I think a $3 million valuation is a joke. Okay, it's a joke. It's not even. It's certainly an 8-figure project. 50 million, 60 million. I'd say that was perfectly reasonable. It's never going to be a $10 billion project at this stage. It's too small, too young. But eventually, maybe it gets to 500 or 600 million. If Ethereum pumps 4x, then the value of everything associated with Ethereum will go up 5, 6, 7, 8x. Lido will outperform Ethereum, the same way that Jupiter, the Jupe token, will outperform Solana. Those tokens have a smaller market cap, but believe you me, if we see a $10,000 Ethereum, then we are going to see probably an 8 to a 10x on the likes of Lido and everything else associated with it, because they're just going to ride that wave, and Uniswap and all of those other things. So the token is called EGP. There is only 10 million, only 10 million. So a very low circulating supply, and that can be a good thing. The token will serve as the governance token, a sub-DAO established by the Magpie to ensure the long-term sustainability and success of the landscape. And VI EGP. EGP can be locked as a vote-locked EGP at 1-to-1. Holding VI EGP allows users to earn rewards for their participation and take part in the government decisions. So again, I like this as well. What we don't want to see is EGP being dumped left, right and centre onto the market, because that will just depress the price and make it worthless. If you have to lock it to vote, fine. But then if the rewards are paid out to the vote-locked EGP, then it means you've got to lock your token to take part in the votes, which then gives you the rewards. This is exactly what Jupiter has done. Except Jupiter, you lock your tokens and you claim the rewards from their website. I like both versions, as long as the tokens are locked. Same with gaming. If gaming woke up tomorrow morning and went, you know what, we need to have locking so all the tokens get locked and your rewards get paid out if your tokens are locked, the gaming industry would change. It would change overnight, because everybody is based on emissions. 11 quadrillion tokens being pumped into a market over the course of 5 years is going to make every token worthless. And they just insist on giving people more and more tokens that have got no value. This is how you should run your project. Have a token with a low circulating supply that you have to lock to become a member of that club, a VIP member of that club. And then when you hold the VL EGP token, you get paid the rewards for being a member of that club. It's not rocket science. It's as simple as, I can't say pi, can I? Am I allowed to say pi? Pi sounds good, but then again, it's called EigenPie. Maybe I'll just keep saying the word pi. Right then, I have lots and lots of people in chat over there. Welcome to all of you. If you are new here, smash the like button and say hello. And on the other channel, we have Peter asking questions. Jupiter has too many coins locked. Yes, but Jupiter has deleted 30% of its supply, so it will no longer have that. And the tokens that are locked have to be locked to vote. So to get your rewards from Jupe, you have to lock them. The same as EigenPie, you have to lock the tokens. If you lock away the tokens, the circulating supply drops and that pushes the value up. So that's why you want tokens to be locked. So for me, that is exactly how it should work. When EGP is locked, the token remains in an indefinitely locked state. To unlock it, you must wait 60 days. Again, a big fan of this. I think there's too much short-termism in crypto, where people want to move a token here, move a token there. Now, that's great when you're getting to the end of the bull run and you want to sell your Ethereum or your Bitcoin or your Solana, right? But this isn't that kind of token, okay? This isn't that kind of token. This is a DAO. It's not meant to be one of these tokens that you sell and make massive gains on. This is a token they want you to hold for the long term, for the next 5 or 6 years. They're going to make you lock it away. But your Ethereum isn't locked away. Your Ethereum is liquid. You've staked it in a liquid state, so you can unlock it. But all the time you have it locked, you're getting EGP tokens. Users can choose to perform a force unlock before the end of the 60-day cooldown. To do so, they must pay a penalty fee to access their assets earlier than the contract's stipulated time frame. The penalty starts 80% of the tokens locked. That's heavy, and decreases over time according to a non-linear scale. That is really, really nice. Now then, this is the distribution. Is this written up, or do we have to actually open? Oh, there we go. So, this is the distribution. 34% is the private sale, 2% public, 1% third party. The sexes, which is what we're on now, which is obviously GateIO, 15% to the Treasury, 15% to community restakers, 11% airdrop, 5% to build the DEX and SEX liquidity, 8% for raising awareness, 5% to individuals providing strategic value. I think that is a pretty solid amount. The only thing I would say is 34% for the private sale and only 2% for the public sale. I think that is pretty steep, in my opinion. A third of tokens going to private sale, even if it's a 6-month cliff and a 2-year vesting period, that's still a really heavy lock, in my opinion. So the priority access. So the EigenPie points holders will get 70%. The VI MGP holders will get 20%. And the VI MGP burners will get 8.8%. So that pretty much makes sense. So the Treasury will get 15%. What did we say? There was 10 million tokens, didn't we? At the start. I think we said there was 10 million tokens. Right, so 15% is the Treasury. So 1.5 million tokens go into the Treasury. That will be, I would imagine, to pay for ad hoc things. Probably development will come out of that as well. And don't forget, this isn't a token which is based on emissions of its coin. I would imagine this is going to be a profit making business like Lido. So it's not going to have to sell the tokens every month to keep itself afloat. That's the first thing. And that's a positive. If you look at XRP, what does XRP do? It sells its tokens every month to pay the bills. What does that do to the market? It depresses it. If XRP and Ripple never sold a token, the price would be a lot higher than it is now. But if they dump 10 million XRP tokens a month, what's that? $6 million a month dumping on the market. That's a sizable chunk every single month. Too many variables in crypto. There are a lot of variables in crypto. And that is why, at this stage, I'm going top shelf on projects that I'm investing in. And top shelf being the Bitcoins, the Ethereums, the Solanas, even some SUI. I've had SUI since it launched. I've got a little bit of AVAX, got Jupiter, of course, Near Protocol, ASI. So I've gone top shelf for the bull run. And I think when the bear market starts, you've got to remember that the likes of EigenPie, they're going to make money continuously through bull and bear markets, because their revenue, although it will fall as the price of Ethereum comes down, their revenue is based on staking. So if enough people stake and continue to stake, even if Ethereum is $2,000 now, in the bear market next run, I'm not sure we're going to see a $1,000 Ethereum, for example. Where do I see Ethereum going? I think Ethereum could fall maybe 80%, 75%. So if we do go to $10,000, which is, possible, then that would bring us down to $2,500, which is where we are today. If it only goes to $8,000, it would fall to $2,000, which isn't far off where we are today. So by launching this project now, they are pretty much earning what they're going to be earning in a bear market. And in the bull run, they could potentially be earning 3 or 4 times what they're earning now. So I like the business model. You've got Lido. You can just look at Lido and say, if we get enough Ethereum into EigenPie, we are going to make a decent amount of money, just like Lido has done. And the Lido token as well, that's going to hold its value. So if this EGP token, which has got a very limited supply, if that can hold up, then in the bear market, yes, it's going to come down in value, but it's going to hold some or most of its value. It's not going to lose 99% of its value. Good afternoon, Kishan. Welcome. Did I hear that he's going live in October? I did not. I did not hear that, actually. I didn't stream this morning. It was the Oracle. So let's go back to this. So EigenPie is an innovative sub-DAO created by Magpie, focused on the restaking of ETH LSTs via EigenLayer. So what we're going to do is we really don't have a lot of time. We've got 14 minutes, and I've got the two different versions of staking to go through, because this is supposed to be an educational stream as well as a stream reviewing EigenPie. And the best way to review EigenPie is to review what it does. And if you don't know what it does, how can you like EigenPie? So we have to go through the different things. So what we'll look at is isolated native restaking and isolated liquid restaking. They are the two options. This is the white paper. By the way, if you want to see any of this, if you want to go to any of these links or anything like that, let me know. You just need to go to EigenPieXYZ.io, or just go on to, I'm going to show you their Twitter handle in a minute. Just go to Twitter and the link is on there. It's quite a fairly lengthy link. So we've got 14 minutes left. So we need to get a chop on. So liquid restaking. This is probably the most common one. Each LST, which is liquid staking token, has its own composition, and we provide liquid staking holders with the opportunity to receive a specific liquid restaked version of their assets. The isolated liquid restaked token received by users when depositing their LSTs on EigenPie is only linked to the performance of the specific token that was restaked, and not to any other liquid staked tokens. So what that means is, if you have got Lido ETH and you have got Blaze ETH, when you stake your Lido ETH, it is isolated to Lido. And the same with Blaze or any other one. They are kept separate. They are isolated. Why is that important? Because if one of them depegs, it will only affect that pool. It will not affect anything else. So if Monkey ETH loses 10% of its value and depegs for a short while, Lido ETH remains unaffected. That's why you need isolated. The same with leverage. You want isolated leverage, which means if you get liquidated, you only lose the element you've staked. You don't want pooled, because that will just drain all of your funds out of your account. You'll get completely liquidated. So isolated makes sense. So EigenPie restakes your LSTs on the Eigen layer. When users deposit their assets on EigenPie, they receive a liquid restaked version of their deposit. The restaked version retains its name, but with the letter M added as a prefix. So you basically get your token back, but a synthetic version. So that's the isolated liquid restaking. Now, isolated native restaking. There's a difference. Users are able to seamlessly access native restaking on EigenPie thanks to the alliance with the SSV network. This integration prevents an innovative solution poised to significantly enhance revenues for native restaking participants within the EigenLayer framework. By decentralizing the validation process, it aims to increase the reliability and potentially the rewards of staking operations. This initiative confidently advances to enhance user engagement and trust, introducing a more rewarding strategy that empowers ETH stakers to utilize their assets with greater efficiency. And here we have, and you've got to love a diagram. So, of course, EigenPie is a little tiny bird, very cute. It goes to SSV. The key is split and distributed to 4 node operators, and they allow for 1 faulty node. That is the resilient distributed restaking, and it makes perfect sense. Remember, if you need any more information about this, if you get stuck, if it's not making any sense to you, drop me an email. My email address is below. And if you can't, because you are on GateIO and you want to talk to me about something, just ping me in the community page and I'll answer you online. My job is not to complicate things. My job is to try and make things as simple as possible. So you have native restaking, and then you have the isolated restaking, 2 separate things. Native is, of course, the ETH and liquid is obviously things like the Lido ETH. So native is direct ETH, liquid, they are the synthetic liquid staking versions. That is all you need to know. So if you are a native ETH staker, you will get the EGETH token. That is created by EigenPie exclusively for native restakers. Native users who restake their ETH via EigenPie get 2 times as many points. So back here, when we were showing you the breakdown, just to show for absolute clarity what we were talking about. Very quickly, let's get back on here. How long have I got? 8 minutes left. Good grief. So, if you stake natively, if you stake your native ETH, you get twice as many EigenPie points as you do if you stake your liquid staked Ether. But don't forget, you're only getting 1.74%, whereas if you stake your Lido ETH, you get 4.28%. However, you're earning twice as many points, and I think over time, this token is going to seriously hold its value. Now, I am absolutely racing out of time. So we've done the tokenomics, we've done the website, we've done the isolated and the natives. What we'll do very quickly, before I give you my conclusion, is go and have a look at their socials, and specifically the GateIO tweet that came out. As far as I'm aware, this came out yesterday morning. Okay, it's 24 hours ago. With the completion of our token generation event, EigenPie XYZ is thrilled to share that the EGP token will soon be listed on GateIO, granting their vast user base smooth entry into our ecosystem. This kicks off on the 25th of September. And there is a link to the EGP Gate listing coming up, and there is the information. This is what I was telling you about before. If you hold $10, you can go into the lucky prize draw and get some free airdrops. If you are a VIP 1, you're guaranteed 20. I think VIP 2 is 40, it might be 60, could be completely wrong. This is going to run from the 23rd to the 25th, and trading will begin on the 25th at 10 a.m. That's 5 days from now. So that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. This will be live. And $50,000 is going in EGP tokens to all of the people that are going to get involved. So that is pretty much it. But we are going to very quickly have a look at their socials, like I said, because if you do want to go and do some research. Now, I said at the start of the stream, probably before Kishan and Peter and the likes and everybody else came on board, I have reviewed probably 40 different projects in the last year. And EigenPie, how long have we got left? 6 minutes, okay. EigenPie is probably in my top 3. And of all the projects that I have reviewed, the top 3 consist of Ethereum-based projects. We're not going to mention the names of the other projects because obviously this is about EigenPie. Why is EigenPie in my top 3? Let's start there. It's doing something that has worked amazingly well on Solana. So take a look at the likes of Camino Finance, Meteora. I could go on. Even if you go directly to Orca, or even if you go directly to Radium, they offer the same kind of thing but on Solana. So it's got a proven, tested, revenue-generating model. Secondly, it's offering its own version of liquid staking, similar to Lido. Lido is one of the biggest projects on Ethereum. It is worth, probably now, it must be worth high hundreds of millions of dollars. It makes money from its liquid staking token. So you have a platform that combines 2 incredibly profitable businesses into one. And it's one of the nicer looking ones over on Ethereum. So because of those 2 things, this token is going to make money. There's no 2 ways about it, okay? The EGP token, or EPG token, I can never remember the name of it, it's going to make money. Now, I'm not saying that you're going to become rich overnight and it's going to 100x. What I'm saying is, as you go through the bull run, if you hold a bag of this token and you stake it, you're going to earn some decent rewards from having that token. So if you get the free airdrop, or you go and buy yourself a bag of EigenPie EGP tokens, go and stake them. Go and take part in the DAO. I get a lot of airdrops, and I've sold quite a lot of them, but I didn't sell my Camino Finance airdrop, and I didn't sell my Dupe airdrop. And of the tokens that I've looked at on GateIO, there's only probably 3 or 4 that I haven't sold. I've kept some for a while, yes, while the price has gone up, but I would keep EGP token if I have enough to warrant taking it over to stake. If I get $1 worth of EGP token, then no, I am not going to go and do it. But think about the price performance of Lido. Think about the revenue opportunities over the next 12 months to come out of the likes of this. Now, here's a scenario. The project goes live in September. I think the bull run is going to be over by next October. This token is probably going to run up past October, November next year. Maybe it runs till December, January. So maybe in September next year, October next year, when everything is peak FOMO, you unstake your EGP tokens then, and you lock them for the next year to earn the rewards on that token, and you get the price appreciation on that token, and hopefully you will be able to earn additional yield on your Ethereum if you stake that there as well. Have a think about that, because that is a really simple strategy. You want to hold DEX tokens in a bull run. You want to hold tokens that are associated with staking. You want to hold tokens that are associated with liquidity pools, so the likes of Radium, Orca, EGP tokens. A percentage of the revenue goes back to the token holders, and you get to vote. So for me, although it would never be a huge bag, if I was going to build an Ethereum bag of alt tokens and I had a spare $10,000, I'd be buying Lido, certainly, obviously excluding ETH, that's the main one. I'd be buying Lido over on ETH. I'd probably look at Ethereum name service as well, maybe. And then what I would do is I'd allocate maybe 5% of the portfolio to something like EGP, because it's going to make money. That's why it's in my top 3. My top 3, which I'm not going to name, they all make money. And that is the point that people miss in crypto. You have all of these incredible projects that are just going to go bust. They're going to run out of money and disappear. You want to invest in projects that make money, and I'll keep saying that until I'm sick in the face, red in the face even. This is going to make money, and it's going to make you money by making money, and that's all you want. You're buying shares in a profitable business. Why is it profitable? Because I've told you that Camino and other projects on Solana do the same thing and make a fortune. I've told you that Lido and other liquid staking tokens on Ethereum make money. This does both. So this, for me, is a 9 out of 10. It's not a 10 out of 10 because it's not live and I'm not reviewing it with price action. I'm not reviewing it with the DAO live. It's still got a little bit of speculation around it, but it's a solid 9 out of 10. This is not a project that I've reviewed some games on here. I've reviewed some things on here, and they've been terrible. And I've said they've been terrible, but this isn't one of them. This is top tier, top 3. All the projects I've reviewed on GateIO, this is up there. Hamster Combat, by the way, really solid project that I reviewed last week or the week before on here. Really solid project. Not going to knock that project either. So when I said games, I wasn't referring to Hamster Combat, but this is top tier. So I would strongly recommend going over and having a look at it. Now I've run out of time. Very quickly then, before we go, I never have enough time in an hour to go through projects that I like. That's the problem. That is the problem. There are some projects on here, I'm looking at the clock, there's 15 minutes left, and I'm thinking, I don't want to talk about this anymore because it's a terrible project. This isn't. Right, so you go to GateIO. The link is in the YouTube description. You go to Startup and you will see this big long list of tokens which are about to be launched on the platform. Geek, SuperDAP, Phantom, M-Square. You will see one here, EigenPie. You click on it. In 2 days and 17 hours, you will be able to press that button to claim your free airdrop. I would strongly advise that this is a token that you look at. Okay, there's many on that list there, which I would sell and buy GT with. GT is the GateIO token. I'd go and exchange it for that. Not this one. I'm keeping this one. This is going to go into my bag. If I only get $1, I'm obviously going to sell it. But if I've got spare funds on there, I would put $100 into this, absolutely. Anyway, I've run out of time. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you, Kishan. Thank you, Peter. Thank you to Hidden Agendas for coming along. It's a funny time in the afternoon to stream this. I do apologise. But I think it's a solid project. I'm going to go and tell everybody in the Telegram group to go and watch this back because this is a really good project. Kishan is on. Hello, Kishan. Kishan is over on GateIO saying hello as well. I have got, you see, I do have all the chats open. See people. Right, thank you, everybody. I am back on Monday with our stream. I'm going to try and do some content over the weekend. But until then, as I said, EigenPie, 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. And I didn't say that about every project that we've had on here. So go and have a look at it. Until Monday, take care. Thank you for watching the EigenPie review and have a good weekend.